Hello, I'm Courtney Holland. Welcome to Episode 7, Season 4 of Save Our Towns, a series designed to guide and inspire those who are working hard in Appalachia to build strong communities. The episodes, created by Outreach and International Affairs of Virginia Tech, aim to celebrate what is great about small towns and also connect you with experts, resources, and more. In this episode, your Example of Awesome story will show you why people in St. Paul, Virginia are so happy. We'll have a new update on Pennington Gap, the town we're following for a year, followed by a segment we're calling Small Town, Big Number. Your expert tip comes from a history professor who attended the Extreme Appalachia Conference on the Virginia Tech campus in 2017. As always, we close with 3 questions for a mayor. First, your Example of Awesome story. St. Paul, Virginia was the first town followed for a year when Save Our Towns launched. That was in 2014, and the mayor was determined to lure a boutique hotel to town. Andrea Brunet reports what happened.
The beauty of the Clinch River and nearby mountain ranges are a big part of St. Paul's appeal, now that coal mines and railroads no longer make up the economy. Mayor Kyle Fletcher wanted a man-made asset to complement the great outdoors, a boutique hotel, and he knew just where the town wanted to place it. The corner of Russell Street and 4th Avenue is a key St. Paul address, where almost 100 years ago the first apartments were built in which tenants didn't have to share bathrooms and use coal stoves for heat. Over time, the building changed hands and became increasingly run down.
Early in 2018, the community gathered here for an open house to celebrate the Western Front Hotel, an $8 million project in a town of about 1,000 people. Fletcher and the town made it happen.
And almost everything we've tried to do, it takes time, but we've been able to get the money and we've been able to get the right people at the right time. And we've really had no squawks.
A citizens group called St. Paul Tomorrow was determined to put St. Paul on the map. In Bristol, a company called Creative Boutique Hotels was behind a planned property called the Sessions Hotel. Lou Wallace of St. Paul Tomorrow stumbled on the contact information of a principal in the firm, Hal Craddock. Wallace thought about calling him, but at first hesitated.
I let the business card sit there for a couple of weeks, and then I picked up enough nerve and made the phone call. I talked till the voicemail cut me off, and I told him the need.
At first, Craddock didn't know what to make of the phone call.
I thought St. Paul, Virginia, I've never heard of that place. I'm not sure this is going to be worth a lot of attention.
But the town persisted, and the company signed on, knowing that St. Paul's recreation activities and the region's history would likely attract tourists. And it didn't hurt that the town had put together $1 million in grants and tax credits toward the project.
Really, the town stepped up and did a lot of the groundwork for the financing.
Groundbreaking took place in June 2016, but the project still wasn't a shoo-in as financing delays occurred.
Then there was some funding that we thought we were going to get, which we didn't get, but we stayed after it and we got it. We actually thought we'd be open in June, but we had a delay again, but we've never given up.
On the first day of business, the town and the hotel management company showed off the property. High-profile features are 2 outdoor terraces, a gift shop featuring the work of local artists, 30 guest rooms, some including bunk beds, and, of course, a game room. Perhaps generating the most excitement is Milton's, operated by Travis Milton, a celebrity chef and native of the region who's been credited with pioneering the renaissance of Appalachian cuisine. Eater magazine just named Milton's one of the most anticipated restaurant openings in the U.S. for 2018.
The name Western Front reflects an old nickname for the town from when 5 railway lines converged in St. Paul. Railroad workers and coal miners met in saloons to blow off steam.
The new hotel is shooting for a much more sedate atmosphere, while still harking back to the prosperous days when hundreds of rail passengers and thousands of tons of freight passed through St. Paul each day.
But the real brick and mortar is here, and so this community will see that we mean business, and it's going to be a great thing for everyone.
St. Paul's mayor says the town first began trying to attract a boutique hotel about 20 years ago. For almost that long, Pennington Gap has been working on its Greenway. Melissa McEwen reports.
Pennington Gap's Greenway dates back at least 15 years, when a team from Virginia Tech came up with a design for the North Fork Powell River Greenway. Funding came in 2007 for the trail, designed in part for public access and to improve water quality. But red tape snarled the project, along with the complication of a contract dispute. When work resumed in 2014, new obstacles cropped up, notably the discovery of historical artifacts. The Tennessee Valley Authority shut down construction and sent in an archaeology team to study the remains.
During the construction of the Greenway, we came close to some significant finds, areas that's close to the trail. Working with the Department of Historical Resources plus TVA, was able to bring in some archaeological study.
Rather than bemoan the delay, town officials embraced the latest development in the Greenway saga. It became a teaching moment for Pennington Middle School students who were treated to an on-site archaeological lesson. The town hopes to incorporate some of the findings in educational outposts along the trail.
It was a chance for the middle school kids to just walk outside this classroom and witness an on-site, ongoing archaeological study, and it unearthed some prehistorical dated findings that was back 8,000 BC. It was very unique to this area, and hopefully we can capitalize on that.
After months of study by the TVA, construction on the Greenway got back on track in September 2017 and wrapped up just months later.
As of the 1st of December, we completed blacktopping. The Greenway is completed. We are in the process of doing sowing the grass and getting it ready. And we will be able to do probably a grand opening 1st of March in April sometime.
Combined with Lehman Field's existing walking trails, the Greenway gives Pennington Gap 2 miles of biking and walking trails that connect the park to the town's main strip. Town leaders hope they will inspire residents to become more active and attract tourists looking for outdoor fun. Despite the trials Pennington Gap went through to get its Greenway, town officials are confident that in the end, it will be worth the wait.
More bad luck for Pennington Gap. February's severe flooding created enough damage to shut down the Greenway, but town leaders hope the closure is temporary. Next, it's goodbye and thank you to Maxwell Vandervliet, who brought us Maxwell's number for the better part of 2 seasons. Now we turn to Holly Kobia for a revamped and renamed segment, Small Town, Big Number.
A couple years back, National Public Radio reported that coal miners were suffering from the advanced form of black lung disease at a rate 10 times higher than that the government had reported. Confirming the story, a report in the Journal of the American Medical Association recently outlined the largest cluster of advanced black lung disease ever reported. Doctors who would see 5 to 7 cases a year in the 1990s now report seeing that many cases every 2 weeks. The cases come from 3 Southwest Virginia clinics that treat miners from Virginia, West Virginia, and Kentucky. The research was done by epidemiologists at the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. That's why, sadly, our number is 416. That's the number of cases government researchers found in the 3 clinics from 2013 to 2017. Doctors say the miners are dying at much younger ages. The disease formerly seen in miners in their 60s, 70s, and 80s now occurs in miners in their 30s. Many with the advanced form of black lung had been mining coal for less than 20 years. What are the causes? Possibly longer shifts in the mines, as well as the mining of thinner coal seams. Today's mining machines cut rock along with the coal, and the resulting dust contains silica, which is far more toxic than coal dust. Mine safety advocates say federal regulations that limit miners' exposure to dangerous levels of dust may soon be rolled back. If that happens, they warn, the number of cases of black lung, an entirely preventable disease, will continue to rise.
Your expert tip comes from Barry Whittemore, who lectures in history at the University of North Georgia. He discovered fascinating patterns when he studied towns in Southwest Virginia in the 1990s.
In my dissertation, I studied 8 small towns in Southwest Virginia, and the ones who were dependent on outside development lasted the shortest. The ones who had regional development did okay, but never really grew. The ones that really grew and developed were the ones where all the work was done by the local people. So it was their town, they took care of it, and they weren't dependent on an outside force to fund their dreams.
You can read a transcript of the complete interview at the Save Our Towns website, where Whittemore tells why he thinks it's vital for everyone in small-town Appalachia to know their heritage. Click on the Connect with Experts tab. And now a reminder about Virginia Cooperative Extension. Extension agents and specialists live and work around the Commonwealth, dedicated to subjects such as land management, community leadership, and livestock quality. On the Save Our Towns website, click on the Extension tab. There you can learn much more. You'll find extension agents listed along with their areas of expertise and contact information. Our next stop is farther afield in North Carolina for 3 questions for a mayor.
My name is Sean Maynard. Our town is the town of Bolton, North Carolina, and I'm the mayor of the town of Bolton. They would be known for the Pine Tree Festival. Our town is about 694 people. It's a small town, but we were able to receive a grant for $600,000 that will operate our police department. And with the police that came in, when the grant ran out, the department left, and we still have issues with drugs and some crime things and some homelessness that is going on in the community that we have to take. We're gonna have to do something about it. We started a festival in 1998, which is our Pine Tree Festival. And the Pine Tree Festival stems from the name Walkmore Lumber Company, which was a huge industry that was in the town of Bolton more than 100 years. And so we went back and got the name Pine Tree Festival to talk about the rich history that the town of Bolton had with the Walkmore Lumber Company. We used that festival to promote ecotourism, to bring people in to look at our town. And we've had people that actually come and move in because at the festival, they said that we were a nice town and people were so friendly. This year we'll be 20 years. We'll be celebrating 20 years. This is our 20 Pine Tree Festival. So it's always the first Saturday in October.
Would you like to nominate your town for an example of awesome story? If so, we'd love to hear from you. To view past episodes and to dive deeper into resources and a wealth of information about small towns, go to the Save Our Towns website and please send your thoughts to saveourtowns@vt.edu. We read and respond to every email. This is episode 7 of season 4. Be sure to join us next time. Thanks for watching.